Welcome back. Paper stocks were on a roll yesterday. The government tightened import conditions for certain paper and paperboard products. Now, we want to understand the three top talking points that we'll discuss with the management of JK Paper. What percentage of revenue comes from virgin paperboard, the pricing power tailwind for sector, and industry price hikes as well. So to discuss this, let's get in Mr. A.S. Mehta, the President and Director at JK Paper, to understand what this move means for the industry and specifically for JK Paper as well. Mr. Mehta, good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining in. Can you explain to us what was the imported price earlier and what has led to this change that came by? What would the impact of this change be for JK Paper and industry be?
Thank you. Very good afternoon to you as well as the audience. In fact, this was troubling the paper market from last almost 12 months, particularly the category what we are talking in the context of the MIP. This is the virgin packaging board on which the MIP has been imposed. In fact, in Indonesia, there was a huge capacity created, and the capacity was the new capacity was equivalent to the demand in the country. I mean, in the whole of the India's demand is equivalent to the new capacity created in Indonesia. So, in fact, they started dumping. And I would say that the import was taking place at something around $600 a ton, which is very, very cheap rate as far as any global trade is concerned, because the pulp prices are at around $500 and $550, and when the processed the board, if that comes at $600, I mean, there is no way that this can be a price. So that was troubling the Indian manufacturing sector, and this is where we represented, we requested the government, we filed the petition. Of course, it took almost 6-8 months for government to investigate and process and do all kind of a consultation and the analysis, and finally now the MIP has been imposed. This will help the paper industry. I would say that the paper, particularly the packaging board, when we talk, in fact, the prices have crashed something around 15 to 20% from a decent level of pricing a year back or 1.5 years back. And it was the paper industry was not making any margin on this particular category. Okay. So now there must be some correction in the pricing after the MIP.
Okay. Mr. Mehta, thank you so much. You've explained clearly, what was happening as far as the industry was concerned and how exactly this will help you going forward. Now, coming to JK Paper specifically, what is the percentage of total revenue this particular segment contributes? What is the current pricing at which you are selling the paper in the domestic market? And what is the kind of upward correction, like you mentioned, you can take? And could you confirm for our viewers, this particular MIP imposition has been done for a period of 1 year?
Let me tell you that the imposition of the MIP right now, as per the notification is concerned, it is up to 31st March 2026. It is not for 1 year. It is up to March 26. And of course, we have a window to approach the government again for a further period of 6 months or so. So that's a later part. So this MIP is for the period up to March 26. This is one. As far as our sales mix is concerned, right now the virgin packaging board is close to 35 to 40% of our total the paper revenue.
Okay. So I also wanted to understand, Mr. Mehta, how will it impact margins overall? We were having a conversation in the morning with KRH. They said 55% of the total industry volumes come in from VPB. It would improve margins. For JK Paper particularly, what kind of margin improvement would you see?
No, 55%, did you say about the sales mix of virgin board?
For the entire industry, that was the number that was told to us.
No. See, the virgin packaging board total, when I talk about the volume for the industry, it is something around 20 lakh ton.
Correct.
20 lakh ton is the total virgin board, is the demand in the country, and the size of the total paper market in the country, it is something around 250 lakh ton. So it is not even 10% of the total volume of the paper sector. But when we talk about the total packaging board, which is recycled and virgin both, then it is something around 35% is the virgin board, and something around 65% is the recycled board.
Okay. Mr. Mehta, two questions. One comment on pricing, I missed asking you that particular part. And secondly, in terms of market share, you explained clearly to us about how paper was being dumped, especially from Indonesian players. Now, what is the current market share at currently in this particular segment, and what do you expect for it to increase up to?
See, you are asking about the JK paper market share. So we are close to 18 to 20% market share we have.
Okay.
And it will remain more or less the same because we are not adding any capacity right away. And whatever the market will grow, so we will have the same kind of a volume from our operational efficiency and debottlenecking. So our market share will remain at the same band of 18 to 20%. As far as the prices are concerned, after the MIP, certainly the whole purpose of this is that there must be a reasonable pricing where the industry can have some kind of a margin. So, I mean, in over a period of time, we will have to see how the market behave, what is the market affordability, and I mean, that will define, but certainly there will be some price correction in time to come. It may happen in 15 days or 30 days, but there will be some price correction.
Understood. So we are all hopeful of a price hike that will be done by paper companies going forward. Sir, a couple of key points that industry continuously talks about, especially in terms of demand triggers. The first one, of course, is the kind of growth seen from the e-commerce space. Could you put a number to that as to what exactly will be the growth there? Number two is, what is the kind of incremental demand you are seeing from the new education policy? And what is the kind of trend you're seeing in the writing and printing part of the demand trend?
So, right. So, as far as the demand in the growth is concerned, I will divide this into the different segment as you asked about this. So,
Okay,
as far as the writing and printing paper is concerned, I would say that in view of the whole digitalization and the digital classrooms and the digital boards, and also particularly the habits, the children habit, and also the parents, I mean, they are also not insisting too much on the writing and reading. So what we are expecting that writing and printing paper is likely to grow at something around 3%. It's not going to be the growth, the same what it used to be 6% or 7%. We are expecting that it will be in the band of 3 to 4% or 2.5% to 3%. But please understand that globally, the writing and printing paper is degrowing. And that too, the degrowth is predominantly when you talk about the Western world, they are degrowing at something around more than 5%. So even if we get a growth of something around 3%, I would say that this will be a decent growth.
Okay.
But when we talk about the packaging related paper, whether it is board or whether it is craft paper or any other packaging related paper, this is likely to grow at something around minimum 7 to 9%. So overall, when we see the paper industry, we expect that it should grow at something around 6%.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Mehta. Some good news coming in for the paper industry after a while. We hope to see much better results from Q2 onwards. Thank you so much for your time and wish you all the best from Q2 onwards. Thank you once again. Well, that was the management of JK Paper. Remember, the imposition of the MIP is something that aided a significant stock up move yesterday. And today, we did see the management talk about how exactly this will aid price realizations as well as capacity utilization. But with that, it's all the time we have on this edition of Midcap Radar Mutual Fund Corner when we return.